Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another live show this evening as we dissect and discuss our match yesterday against Burton. Of course, finishing a 1-1 draw. We're going to go through it all and yeah, we're going to just discuss it in what was a frustrating afternoon for us. Certainly plenty of steam to be let off tonight. But I just don't think we were at the races at all. The mentality wasn't right. And I think it's just another case of Burton being added to the list of teams that we've dropped points against this season. And to be honest with you, I knew they'd come in for straights, guys. But I didn't expect them to come and frustrate to the extent that they did, and the way they was, blatant time wasting, every opportunity, faking injury on so many occasions, and staying down for ages. A lot of times it was when we were trying, when we were really putting on the pressure, that they ended up going down with pretending to be injured. The goalkeeper taking an age to take goal kicks and being allowed to do so. yeah. I mean, look, I'm not going to get into the referees, but the only thing I will say about the officiating in this game, it was so poor, absolutely shocking. No control of the game, and I think really, if you want to get time wasted out of this game, then something needs to give, because I'm afraid telling them to be quicker isn't going to work. So therefore, you need to get your cards out and you actually need to make action. But look, we weren't good enough on the day. You know, the slow start we made cost us, and it was just another game where we can see, you know, we're desperate for strikers. And we had so many chances. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into the stats. We're going to get into how the game panned out and everything. But we had so many chances as well. So regardless of the referee performance, we had more than enough chances to win that game. But we were just so wasteful. But look, let's get stuck into it. Let's say a few of those before we do, actually. Just the evening, Ryan, hope you had a great and hope you're well. Yeah, obviously, I'm still pretty frustrated, angry about yesterday. To be fair, I was in such a bad mood after the game last night, to be honest with you. Couldn't even be bothered to, you know, took my phone upstairs and came back down and watched television for the rest of the night. That's how I felt. Yeah, and I'm still feeling annoyed today, but I hope you're well. Welcome in anyway. The keeper should be sent up. Yeah, I mean, he should have been. Absolutely agree. But anyway, let's get stuck into it then, guys, without further ado. So let's have a look at the lineup as it came out. Obviously, it was an unchanged starting lineup from us after the Boxing Day win against Stockport. Obviously, Joe Hodge making the bench certainly made me smile. It's good to see Joe Hodge back on the bench after a while with his injury, you know, his long injury layoff. So yeah, good to see that. Lomvik was actually in the side. I didn't expect him to be fit. I don't think anybody did. After going off, I think it was actually a groin injury, not a hamstring injury that I said last time. But yeah, he was back in, which was a surprise, but good to obviously, you know. But yeah, so I didn't really have any qualms about the lineup, to be honest with you guys. But yeah. Into the time, mate, I would ask if you're right, but I know what you're going to say, to be honest. Yeah, look, mate, I've kind of just said, like, honestly, so angry and frustrated, and I think, well, we all are, aren't we, at the moment? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm one of those fans that if a game like that happens, it does really annoy me for quite a while. Probably start to turn my attention to the next game tomorrow, but for now, I'm still in that horrible mood after it. So yeah, but welcome in, Aidan. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, make sure you do smash the likes, everyone, if you can, and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, big up to you, Aidan. Thank you for that. But look, let's get stuck into the match. Let's take this off. I'm literally so behind at the moment with yeah, it's one of those. It's we all respond differently, don't we, to games. So I guess, yeah. But look, first half, thought it was a slow start for us, really, to be honest with you. It wasn't the start that I particularly wanted to see. I mean, obviously, Danny Ward had a chance from, with a really nice cross, actually, to be fair, from out wide. But he found it wide. But obviously, Ward then went down. It seemed to be in some good, he seemed to be in some really bad pain, holding the outside of his right knee. And he had to go off. to be replaced by Ladapo. Yes, guys, yes. What an inspired substitution. Brilliant. Sarcastic jeers. Hey, blooming heck. I mean, honestly, I can't. He was a bit of a, as bad as Ward is. I don't want to be seen. As far as I'm concerned, guys, I don't want to see Ladapo playing the township ever again, and Bojan's the same. I think that it's just a disgrace that we've got these guys at the club. If I'm honest with you, but look, yeah, Ward, I did kind of not making excuses. Because to be fair, no matter what you say, you've got to react to, but the thing is when you bring Ladapo on, it's like being down to 10 men. So that's the reality. And then obviously Burton managed to go ahead, and we're going to take a look at this goal, how it happened as well. I've got like a few kind of screenshots where I'm going to discuss kind of certain aspects I didn't like about this goal that we conceded. But Burton did score, obviously. Charlie Webster. They did have a few corners too before that, but this was their first real half chance of the game. They put it away. It was a scruffy goal to concede. But let's just go through how the thing happened. I've kind of just kind of done a bit of analysis here for you guys. So I'm going to take the banner off a minute as well. So basically, this was obviously as he was coming forward, the Burton player. Look how many players are there around him there. 1, 2, 3. Now, to be fair, there was a bit of fortune about it because it did ricochet and it suddenly found his way back to him. That's why he got through. But still, you've got to take control of the situation and get a tackle in. Instead, we just stood static and we allowed the ball. That's when you get ricochets, when you don't get into the tackles. So that was the start of this move, and it was very disappointing that. And then move it on a bit. Now, obviously, we were in massive trouble here now because obviously it did ricochet back to the player, and he had all that space to get down the wing. Now, I've put a dot by Longvik here because I want to watch this very closely here. Because I think Longvik was very, very casual here. He wasn't busting a gut to get back. He was jogging. And when a player is a few yards ahead of you, 3 yards ahead of you, you've got to be busting a gut to get back. I'm sorry. But then move it further on. Look, you can see he's jogging, Longvik. Because I've circled him specifically for that. He's jogging still. Not trying to get across, not trying to put off the player. And I'm afraid that was not really good to see it. And look again, the goal, obviously the last move of the goal, played the ball across. Look at the space that he's got, guys. And to be fair, it was a miscue. He didn't mean to get this in. It was a complete miscue of it, and he ended up going in. But that's not the point. Look at Lees and look at who were player in the picture as well. Was it Spencer? And yeah, it was Spencer. And Helic was out of position because, he was already out of position. So it wasn't acceptable, that goal, I'm afraid. And it was disappointing. Let's go through the comments, though, before we move on to the next part of the... Bojan showed more intent than he was in the last few games. Well, yeah, but to be fair, that's no consolation, is it, really, for us? He might have done a few little good things, but I'm sorry, he's just not been good enough. How long has he been at the club, Blue Terrier? And we're still we're still here with no real signs of him finding any consistency or any kind of impact in games the way we need him to. So, yeah. It said to us, I would rather put Pearson on for Ward, just put Marshall up front because why not? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there was numerous options that Duff could have gone with, by the way. He could have put Karoma up front, and he could have put Karoma up front, brought obviously Ward came off, so bringing him on for a left wing back, probably could have put Turton on. Yeah, put Turton on, and then obviously switch Spencer and Turton. Switch Spencer and Turton over, and then that would have been all right. Crone was so poor in the first half. I suppose everyone was, but Crone was not himself. Yeah, he was just not. Nobody was, and I get that. And obviously the wing backs, they highlighted it a lot because obviously they are important positions. I just think that Karoma weren't really at the. I do agree with you to be honest with you. He was just divvying around on the ball. He didn't seem to get out of third gear, and yeah, he just wasn't doing the right lot, was he? We made Burton look like Real Madrid. That's how bad he was. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just an absolute shambles from the very beginning. I'm afraid. Now we did have again. We had another good chance. Spencer, free header from the delivery in, and he puts it wide. It was a poor. He should have at least tested the keeper. They should have been scoring that. To be honest with you. We were clearly the better side, weren't we? But Burton was just doing enough to stay in front, and they were just frustrating us constantly. Marshall had a hard chance, obviously easy save down low though for the keeper. And there weren't really much else to say about the first half, to be honest with you guys. It was just petering out. We weren't really showing any signs of getting back in the game. He was very slow, very lethargic, no tempo to the play whatsoever. Too busy passing it from sideways, backwards, sideways and backwards all the time. No movement ahead. Everybody hiding, nobody wanting the ball. And we've said that on numerous occasions this season, haven't we, to be honest with you? We've said it so many times, even if we have been winning the game, just being so slow. And you wouldn't think we were 1-0 down the way we were taking our time with it. But look, we seem to always make it hard for ourselves in these kind of games. Things just weren't clicking. Too many loose passes as well across the park. Link-up play with the strikers also not been great. Wasn't great at all, was it? Burton obviously got the belief with the goal they scored. And I wanted to see us come out in the second half and really get, start the game quickly. But we didn't. But it was a shocking half, that first half. It was abysmal. It really was. If you can't do the basics right, I don't care who you're up against. If you can't do the basics right, you're going to lose football games. And okay, we didn't lose this one, but it felt. To be fair, I said that. I actually feel like we lost the game, guys. We got a point, but I felt like it was a loss. So that's why I said that. But yeah, we were losing at the time anyway. In the first, going into the second half. And like I said, the reaction in the second half wasn't great. Wanted to come out the blocks in the second half and really, go at them from the start, and we didn't. Burton then nearly doubled their lead, and had it not been for a brilliant save by Chapman, who bailed us out again. How many times have we said that since he's come into the side, guys? He's been outstanding. It was a great save, and it would have been 2-0 had it not been for him saving us once again. But yeah, too easy though again. The defence, the midfield, nowhere to be seen. Just too easy to get in. Now, we did have a good chance, didn't we, obviously, then? Obviously, we had a good chance where we thought we'd score, but obviously it was saved on the line, not once, but twice, which pretty much summed up the afternoon for us. I think all the players thought it had gone in, but it apparently hadn't. And then obviously the substitutions, obviously Ladapo, the substitute, got subbed just past the hour mark. He was replaced by Radulovic. Like I said, Ladapo offered nothing in the game whatsoever. How many times do we have to say it? How many times are we going to say, about is Ladapo going to come good? No, he's not. He's an awful footballer. He's 2 or 3 yards behind the ball every time. Doesn't make any kind of runs in behind. Doesn't seem to want the ball. And when he does have the ball, his first touch can be shocking as well. He doesn't offer anything. His link-up play is non-existent. He doesn't win any headers. So I don't really know what he's in the side to be doing, apart from if Ladapo is even on the bench on Wednesday, I would be amazed. Yeah, I mean, look, as far as I'm concerned, guys, I know it's not going to be easy, but if we can get rid of him in January, not that he's put himself in the shop window, but if we can just get rid of him, even if it's a loan somewhere, I don't know. He doesn't need to be at this football club. I'm sorry, and Bojan, for me, I've had enough of Bojan as well. He's not doing it for me. So he can go as well, but it's not as easy as just saying they can go. There's not going to be much interest for these kind of players that are just not doing anything. Nobody will want any players like that in the team that don't do anything. But yeah, I don't want to see him on the bench on Wednesday. So there we are. Let's see what happens. So we had another huge chance in the game. Obviously, scrambled away in front of the goal by Burton. And then finally, guys, after so many times of wasting time by the goalkeeper, the referee decided to book the Burton goalkeeper for time wasted. Hurrah! And he'd been at it since early on in the first half, and it took him. I can't remember when he got booked. He must have been into the 70th minute, I'm guessing. And I think that's where it comes down to the referee has got to take hold of the situation much earlier on to avoid it happening throughout the game like it has done. So the referee was atrocious. We made a double change, obviously. Spencer Kasumu made way for Pearson Hodge. I thought Hodge looked good when he came in, to be honest with you. Did like what I saw from Hodge. Now, we were really pushing for the equaliser, obviously, but we just couldn't seem to break down the Burton defence, to be honest with you. The quality just wasn't there at all. Still, we're still trying, though, to be fair. Hodge, I said it before, Hodge had a good effort, didn't he, from long range. Forced the keeper into a save. It was unlucky, that, actually, to be fair. It was a good strike. I'd love to see him... Look, we have to gradually build up his minutes because he's been out for a while, but for me... I'd love to see Hodge, coming to that midfield once he's fully up to speed with things. Personally, that's just my personal opinion because I think he offers something different and he's a good player. And yeah, I just think we just need somebody like that in the midfield, to be honest with you. And then finally, we score a goal. Obviously, we recycle the ball after a poor corner. Finally put a decent ball into the box. Hellick climbs highest and nods it home. And obviously, that was obviously deep into injury time. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to win it at this point. And then obviously the red card for Burton. Second yellow for Van Kooten. And yeah, I mean, if we would have got that goal a bit earlier, I mean, I suppose it's ifs, buts and maybes, but if we would have got that goal a bit earlier for us, then potentially we may have won the game. But it didn't feel like we could probably play for hours and we wouldn't have scored a winner, to be honest with you. It was just that kind of day. And then obviously Duff getting sent off, sent to the stands on the touchline after receiving a straight red card from the referee. Now, for me, I'm sorry, but the fact of the matter is, Gary Bowyer was constantly, wasting time as well when the ball and whenever the ball came near him. And obviously the ball did go into the kind of area where the Burton bench was. Duff raced over trying to get the ball, and then the referee sent him to the stands for some reason. I don't know why. I don't really know why, but yeah. I don't think the referee knew why, to be fair. He didn't seem to have a clue what he was doing. But look, full time, obviously it finished 1-1. And yeah, obviously the Hellick late equaliser. But when we scored that goal, guys, I was so frustrated and annoyed. I just couldn't celebrate it. Well, I was celebrating a little bit, but I was like just a relief kind of situation. It was just a relief kind of celebration rather than, yeah. Like I said, we were the better side, but we just weren't up to the standards that we've set of ourselves these past few games at all. Nowhere near. So the unbeaten run does continue, though, up to 13 games. But we need to be winning games. We need to be turning those draws into wins. And I'm sorry, drawing to bottom of the table Burton isn't acceptable. And especially when we had so many chances in this match. I'm going to get the stats up in a moment. But we had so many chances to win this game, regardless of how bad the referee was. Regardless of how much time Burton were wasting time on a constant basis, we had the chances to win the game. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get into the comments. Bojan will probably end up back in Finland. Yeah, to be fair, Bojan, they probably would want him back, won't they, in Finland, to be honest with you. That game should have been sent up for 2 yellow cards. Yeah, if the referee had anything about him, it would have gone. Worst thing about the time wasting is we know if we went 2-1 up and started doing it, then Chapman would have been booked instantly. Yeah, exactly. It's like this one rule for one rule for another kind of scenario, isn't it? And I agree. I think certainly though, you could sense that they were coming here for a point anyway. When the way they were slowing the game down at the start of the game, but then when they got that goal, it just made things 10 times worse because they were just doing it even more. So yeah, Hellick shooting the strikes out to score. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, we may as well put a defender up top, put Hellick up front. Rather than bringing on the likes of Darko and Bojan and all these players that don't offer anything. Going to the opposition box to collect the ball is a yellow, not a red. Yeah, exactly. Duff getting sent off, But the thing is, let's realise is the emotion was there. Duff was obviously, Duff was like us, the fans, getting so frustrated with the constant time wasting that was happening all game. And then this just epitomised it when they wouldn't give the ball back, and Duff went in there and tried to get the ball back quickly. So, yeah. I was actually going to get the player ratings up next as well, though, but we're going to have to. Forgotten to put the player ratings up. So, guys. Bear with me whilst I get the player ratings up. So I'll be back in just a second, I promise. We'll get the player ratings up. But unfortunately, just to kind of summarise though, before I do, it was a game that everybody expects us to win, and we failed. We found a way to win in games gone by, but in this game we didn't. We didn't find a way to win. We were too wasteful. And in fact, before I get the player ratings up, I'm going to actually go through the stats as well, because I did say I was going to do that. So these were the stats, guys. Obviously, had more of the ball, as you'd expect. 27 shots, 21 of those came in the second half, and we only managed to get 1 goal. They had 6 shots. We had 7 on target. They had 3 on target. We had 17 corners. And how many of these corners were just wasted, guys? How come we were doing the short corner so many times? Just get the ball in the box. I understand why we're messing around doing short corners. And then, yeah, a couple of cards there as well. They should have had more than 1 yellow card, that's for sure. The amount of time wasting they were doing in this match. But it was a big opportunity missed. And yeah, like I said, it did feel like a loss. But guys, I'm going to be back in a second, because I'm just going to get the player ratings up. So do bear with me for 1 second. Do stick with me, guys. Don't know if you can still hear me, but I'm just going to get the player ratings up. I can't believe I didn't do this before. I always forget something. Trying to... Right, we're back. Sorry about this, guys. I did actually put the player ratings on, but I don't know why it's... Just going to get them up now, but to be honest, I'm not going to do many player ratings, but we're just going to have a look what Sofa Score said. Oh, camera's going off now. So obviously the Sofa Score put these scores, but Paul Chapman obviously did well, so I agree with that rating. 7, yeah. Lee's 6.6. I mean, not gonna lie, I think it's been a bit generous for Leeds, really, if I'm being honest. I think Leeds certainly deserved a 4 over around Charlie Webster. He got a 3 to score Burton's open. They tried to force him a bit too much for a couple of his early passes. Slowed things down too much as well in possession in general. So yeah, but there was such a lack of movement in this match, to be honest with our players going for, ahead in the final third. There was nobody moving. So yeah, for me, a bit generous for that. I think Leeds gets a 4. Hellick, don't think he played that well, but he probably did deserve a 7. Did try to keep the ball moving quickly when it came back to him. Obviously had the second half shot blocked on the line before obviously came up with a goal to equalise. Lonvik, I thought Lonvik was poor. I don't think he deserved nearly a 7 there. I think he deserved a 5. Extremely up and down performance. Game was beaten, but beaten by the winger Burrell on the way to Burton taking a lead. Thought you were getting caught out with interceptions. You couldn't get anywhere near. One of which almost led to Burton scoring again. Did have that chance where his header got cleared off the line from a corner. Another effort saved at the post as well. He got in. So it was a threat around the box in the latter stages, but overall very poor from long bite. Spencer gets a 4. Along with Lees, did not pick up Webster as he got into the box to score the opener. Should have equalised for us as well just a few minutes after we went behind. His header went wide, as I said earlier. And he played the second half as a Helic centre-back partner. Kane gets a 6. Not good at getting away from his man. Did what he could do to build up, but often too short of options. He did keep plugging away though, to be fair. But yeah, 6 for me. Kasumu gets a 5. Didn't have the best games. Could sense he was getting frustrated as well. As with Lee, he's not really the player for the occasion after we went behind and need to break Burton down. Koroma I know Koroma was a bit poor, but he did offer some kind of threat, didn't he, guys? He did, he was, but, probably a 6.7 that sort of scores put there. Probably a 7, maybe a 6.5, I don't know. Wiles, I thought was awful. Really poor in the first half. Failed to influence the game nearly enough in between the lines. Teams were able to find him, hiding behind opponents. Showed a little bit of signs of improvement in the second half, but still very erratic. He did provide a couple of set-piece deliveries that should have been converted. But some others that just curled straight out of play far too many times. Came good in the end with a great delivery for Helic heading on the second phase of his second set piece, but it was a poor performance by Wiles. Marshall was quite ineffective, I would say. Again, good work off the ball, but he seemed like he struggled to impose himself in this match. And yeah, so for me, I think I'd probably give Marshall a 5. Danny Ward obviously came off injured, so he's not applicable for a rating. Onto the subs, obviously. Freddie Ladapo, giving him a 6.5 is very generous. I'm going to give him a 2. Unsurprising to see him being taken back off after lacking presence throughout his time on the pitch. So yeah, awful. Don't even put him on the bench on Wednesday, please. Absolutely shambles. Just absolutely pathetic. I think somebody in the stands could have done better than it. A fan in the stands could have done better than him. Absolutely atrocious. Turton was poor. I don't know how he's got a 7.1 with sort of score. For me, he gets a 5. Just not really great. Bojan, not great either. 5 for me as well for Bojan. Matty Pearson came on quite late. It's not really applicable for a score. Joe Hodge, I know to be fair though, so score's giving him a score. So 6.7 they've given him. So I think 6 probably for Pearson, I guess. Joe Hodge, I thought it was really good. I'm probably going to give him a 7. But yeah. But I think the bottom line is these the kind of games you need to be winning. And these 2 points that we dropped could prove costly come the end of the season. I think the automatic promotion race will be really tight. And I think these 2 points could have, will make a massive difference come the end of the season. So, yeah. And I think we've seen it in the past where, if we go behind in games, and to be fair, we did fight back against Lincoln, and they've obviously got a point here, but when we do go behind in games, we find it difficult to break teams down that sit back and look to soak up the pressure. We never been able to do that, and I said that in the preview, to be fair. We've never been able to do that. And like I said, just constant wasting time disrupted the rhythm that we could even build. When we were really putting the pressure on, we just ended up one of their players just ended up going down and wasting time. So yeah, we just couldn't get going. But we're gonna have to bounce back now. There's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. Got another big game on New Year's Day against Wigan away. So we can't afford to rest. We can't afford to dwell on it. But I just think we need to learn from it as well, because it's all well and good being able to get in behind teams when the opposition's attacking as well. But if you can't break down a team that's on a low block and even a mid block we struggle to break teams down, then you're setting yourself up to fail. But if anybody does want to come and have their say, then I am going to put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come on and have your say on the match. But it was just a disappointing afternoon, really, wasn't it? It was a point that was not really any good to us. And like I said, the fact that we scored, and it took, I think the manner of having 21 shots in the second half and still not being able to take our chances. But it's been a problem all season, to be fair, hasn't it? So it's nothing new. But just think when you have that many chances, that many shots, then it isn't acceptable that we didn't end up getting the win. And I think that's where it comes down to having a striker that knows where the back of the net is. You can't keep relying on Marshall all the time. You need somebody else to help him, to contribute. At the moment, nobody else other than Marshall is contributing up front. Okay, Karoma, when he played there, he was contributing, to be fair, but see, and it'll be interesting to see this new wing back that we've signed. Obviously he's going to be available on New Year's Day. Will Karoma then go up front? And obviously we're hoping to be getting a striker. In fact, I think we probably need to be looking at getting 2 strikers in. Because the reality is Ward is probably going to be out for ages now, no doubt. And Healy, to be fair, Healy, we don't even class Healy as a player, and to be fair, because he's never fit. So that's 2 strikers down anyway. So we need to get, we need to get 2 strikers in. But everybody wants a striker at this stage of the season, don't they? Everybody, whenever you ask any fan, they always say they want a striker. So it's not going to be easy, but we're in that situation where we need to. So this is going to make or break our season, as far as I'm concerned. I think the midfield need to be used so much more. Obviously, Hodge now back in the fold. I would probably like to see, like I said, when he gets fitter. He's not going to be able to play the full 90 yet, but certainly look to be reshuffling that midfield over the next week or so. If Hodge can potentially, so he got about 20 minutes into yesterday. So if you can maybe extend that to maybe a 45-minute spell, and then so forth. But yeah, the table, obviously we could stay fourth, but doesn't really. We're still 5 points ahead. We're still 5 points behind second place. So I know we've got a game in hand, but we still it was a massive opportunity missed, in my opinion. I don't really know what else to say about the game, guys. I think I've kind of summed up my thoughts on the game. We just have to be so much better going forward. And the thing is, we have to be used to teams coming to the John Smith Stadium and doing this. Sitting back, wasting time. Because a lot of teams have done that already this season. So we need to be able to cope with it. And why? What were we thinking? Why were we just launching the ball up front, right? When they had literally 6 foot defenders at the back, and we didn't have any height up front. So it doesn't make any sense. That's what you get. That's what you have analysts for. To actually realise it sooner rather than just constantly doing the same thing over and over again, expecting things to change. So, and then said, if we keep performing like we did yesterday, we can kiss promotion goodbye. So it's all down to Nagel and his men in January, but no doubt they'll make the wrong decisions. Yeah, I mean, it is worrying, isn't it? It is worrying. I just think the midfield is lacking at the moment. Obviously, Hodge coming back is a big thing, but we just lack the firepower up front, don't we, a lot of the time? We really do. And it's telling. We are getting chances in every game, and lots of them. We're getting lots of shots usually in the games as well. But when we've got the majority of our strikers at the club who can't score, you're going to come up against a brick wall. And of course, it's all down. The strikers are there to score goals, as far as I'm concerned, guys. I know other areas can add goals. We've already seen that. The midfield and obviously, defenders when we've had set pieces. But our strikers are not scoring enough goals. It's pretty obvious. So yeah, it's make or break, as I said in January. It really is make or break for us. And like you said, it's hard to have it's hard to trust the people that are in charge to get it right either as well. So who knows who will, we'll sign players in January. There's no question about that. But will there be the right profile of players? Will there be players that upgrade the squad? Not just come in and decrease the squad, decrease the level of the squad. Because that's what the likes of Ladapo and Bojan has done. They've decreased the squad. They haven't made it any better. So, yeah. We move on to the next one, as the saying goes. But yeah, I think that is all from me tonight. Got nothing else to say other than we need to book our ideas up and we need to react on Wednesday. And I want to see, why can we never have a performance where we can play well for the majority of the 90 minutes? Why do we always go missing? Go missing for long periods of time. You need to sign players with quality to improve your depth, not just fill your squad with players that are not good enough. Yeah, we need players that are ready to start games. We need players that are fit and ready to go. We need players that, strikers that know where the back of the net is. They're proven. but I don't have much faith in the team, in the board to get their decisions right. Because how can you, from how things have played out over the past, however long, 18 months. And waste money on players that are not that close to get promoted, hopefully. Yeah, I know, exactly. And the thing is, we're saying that we won't pay wages. We won't pay those extra bit of wages for players that are going to offer us a lot. But yet we go and give somebody like Freddie Ladarko a 2-year contract. And I don't know how much he'll be on, but it's a waste. It's literally a waste of a wage. I'd rather that go towards, rather that money that we're going to blow from him being here, just existing, doing nothing, on somebody else that will, and just pay a little bit more. I know it's easy for me to say that, but I don't know. It's just frustrating. We can't change what's happened, to be fair, guys. We just need to look forward, but it's clear to see what we need, and we need to get a strikers in. We need at least 2 strikers in January, Taylor and Jatta. You know what, Blue Terrier? I have had a look at Jatta, and I've even said that. I've not actually done a video. Obviously, I'm gonna do like a video on who I'd like to see come in, to be fair. But Jatta is on my list of strikers I'd love to see, because he is scoring goals, and he's scoring a lot of goals. His injuries are not that bad. He's got, anyway, I'm not going to go into too much detail now about it. Obviously, Taylor, is one that we were chasing this summer. We didn't get that over the line, so I don't know what the situation is now, but yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. But 2 points dropped yesterday. Make no mistake about that. And we have to make sure we learn from it now. We need to move forward, but you can't afford to be dropping points against teams that are down at the bottom of the table. There's just no excuses, to be honest. So yeah, literally, it wasn't even like Burton were a good side. I thought, they were terrible. Hence why we're still getting chances. To be fair, if they play like that every game, they deserve to be relegated. And I'm not even sorry about saying that, by the way. I'm not even sorry about saying that, because I think if you decide to play as, I've never seen as a team time wasting much as they did, this season especially. Never seen it. The most the biggest cheats that have come to the John Smiths this season, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, he's got it all, hasn't he? He's good. He's got a good physical presence. He's tall and everything. Judge said maybe try and get Nathan Lewis on loan at Walsall from Stoke. Stoke are looking to send him on loan to a Championship or League One side, I think, and he can score goals. Yeah, obviously Nathan Lewis another option. I agree. So yeah, there's a few obvious options that we could potentially go for. So it's just down to the people in charge to get it right and get it done, I guess. Burton had a good game plan. We gave them a leg up. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did indeed. But look, guys, that is it from me tonight. Kind of waffle a bit more, a bit of a despondent. I was hoping for a happy review show, but fortunately, that's not how the game went yesterday, and that's what it is. So yeah, on to New Year's Day, but we didn't end the year how we wanted to, how everybody expected us to be fair. Everybody was expecting us to win that game. I know you can't just turn up and just win. You've got to earn the right to win, but like I said, we had enough chances to win the game and we didn't. And I just thought it was a real lethargic performance, lacking so much movement in the final third and lacking so much firepower in the final third too. And defensively, again, especially for the goal, thought it was a poor goal to concede that as well. The manner of that goal was, it wasn't like Burton, had a wonder goal. It was a pretty much it was a lucky goal really, and yeah, it was a poor goal to concede from our point of view. Brenton Live's going to mail the towns, say move on. Let's hope we can be better against Wigan. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for joining me, Aidan, and everybody else in the chat. Joshua Blue Terrier, big up to you all. And yeah, let's hope we can. We need to be better against Wigan, and we need to see a big reaction. Great show, big up. Keep this great content. Have a good rest of the evening. Big up. Thank you, Joshua. Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see. We've got the review. We're going to do the preview to the Wigan game tomorrow. Probably going to be a bit of a shorter one because we've only just played Wigan a few weeks back, haven't we? So I've already kind of done a preview on the opponents as well as obviously talk about ourselves. But we're still going to do it tomorrow afternoon around the same time, 4:30. Not sure what time yet. We'll do a little bit of a preview, maybe a mini preview. Because obviously we've already. I won't be speaking as much about Wigan because obviously we've already kind of covered them in the past few weeks. So I'll just kind of touch upon the basis of them and see how they've done since we've last played them and things. So yeah. And then I am actually going to the game on Wednesday, guys. So there will be a vlog on the channel. So yeah, first vlog in a while. So hopefully it comes out a very good video. So yeah, I'm going to the game. So it'd be good to do another away game for a while. And then there'll be a review of the Wigan game, obviously, on the Thursday as well. So yeah, plenty of content coming up on the channel, guys. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Not the result that we wanted yesterday, but we have to move on. You have to learn from it, and we need to be better, so much better on Wednesday, and make sure we get the 3 points against Wigan. But let's see what happens. But we're back tomorrow for the preview for that game anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you do drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe as well. We've gained a few subscribers recently in the last few days, I've noticed. So big up to everybody that's subscribed to the channel that are new. And yeah, let's keep building on that. But guys, have a good evening. Thanks for your support. And I'll see you tomorrow for the preview show to our game against Wigan on New Year's Day. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you very, very soon.